you're only gonna get better and better. You're only gonna get smarter and smarter. You're only gonna get better at communicating. So I really like that. You brought that up, that you guys like grow with the show, because starting from the bottom, yeah, I was shy too. I was that kid that was quiet in middle high school. I had to go out and actually start talking to people, taking risks, saying jokes in class, embarrassing myself. That's really what got me out my comfort zone, was embarrassing myself and saying jokes. So, you know what I mean? That it's really just all a journey with this all.
Yeah, and also to go along, what the podcast has brought is the amount of networking I've seen. Like, sometimes I might go to I go to the career fair whenever the school hosts it, right? And I gotta present myself in a way where it's like I'm approachable to these people representing a company. So like having the conversations with them, like, so what you do on campus? Like, look, I might not be the typical student. I might not be the typical A plus student that you might be envisioned for your company. But look, I have a podcast down here, which I'm not scared to go talk to these faculty and staff members. I'm not scared to. I'm not scared to reach out to people, and then they start to look at me like, "Hold on, so you just a college student doing all this?" Because at the end, they're like, people don't realize, like, when you're doing these little things for yourself, you start to broaden the gap between you and other people. Like, you start to widen that gap. Like, you start to really, because with a podcast, you build a lot of like soft skills. You build a lot of communication skills. You build a lot of being able to express yourself. That's some type of skills that a lot of people don't have. Because this day and age with social media, most people don't know how to, like I said, don't know how to express their emotions, don't know how to communicate. But on these platforms, you are able to, one, have a conversation with anybody, express all types of opinions, express all types of conversations. And then two, also being able to, like, network. Being like, they say that in the business world, your network is your net worth. Being able to talk to anybody and just be able to grant yourself and lead yourself into opportunities that you didn't see or envision for yourself until later on. And this podcast make it so easy to stumble upon opportunities. Because when you do this, other people might reach out to you. Hey, bro, I want to come on your episode. Hey, bro, what you talked about last time, that was really, really good. Can you share more about it? Or do you know anybody else that can, help me gain more knowledge on this? And then you can direct them, if you don't have the resource, direct them into different places. And those people that you're directing them to are going to give you credit. And that's all that that's all that matters in this.
And oftentimes that's how we like get people is, they see a past episode, maybe somebody they know, and they like, damn, I fuck with that. When can I come on? When can I talk about something? And that's often how we get a lot of people on the show, is they seen somebody they know or seen the previous episode, and it's like, damn, that was cool. I got something that I want to share, And I think that speaking of that's the After Dark show, that's something that we got coming up in August as well. We created that kind of because we get a lot of people that want to talk about things, but they don't necessarily have a business. They're not necessarily an influencer or an athlete or have something going on like that, but they do want to talk about a lot of interesting points, and they do have interesting ideas. So that was kind of our purpose in creating that. Is like we give basically the average Joe a chance to come on and talk about anything.
Yeah, I like that, definitely. And especially giving others a voice, a platform. When others see that, like, that's big to us. That's huge. That's, hey, I get to go there and I get to actually express myself and be heard by a bunch of different people. And that exposure is what a lot of people need, and that motivated me to get on and start getting some stuff done, get this podcast in order. So I wanted to ask you guys, what vision do you see for yourself in the next 5 years with this podcasting experience? It's just on the spot.
5 years from now. Damn.
Want me to go first?
Yeah, go ahead.
5 years, that's 2028. So I'll be 26, right?
I'll be 27.
Yeah, I'll be 26.
I'll be old as shit.
I think that for the podcast, that's a long time. I think by that time we known, on the level of a lot of the top podcasts today, Earn Leisure, $1 million, Joe Budden, No Jumper, shit like that. Joe Rogan, even his level. You know, I think that the sky's the limit right now. Like we said, it's just how far we want to push it. You know, I think once we get out, that'll be 5 years. We'll be out of school for about 3-4 years at that point. So it's like we'll be back in the city. So I think that's gonna open up a lot of opportunity for us too. Because we're not stopping once we're done with
Graduating, yeah.
college. Just because we done with college, that don't mean we stop with the podcast. That just gonna allow us to put in even more money into the business, go even deeper. And being in the city is endless opportunity, endless, like, endless. City's big as fuck. Man.
Everybody know each other.
2 million people in Chicago, man. You tell me out of 2 million people, you can't find 50 people a year to talk about something that got some real good going on. I think that it's gonna really be positive back there, and who knows, we might get a chance to move around the country and even the world, doing this shit. So I think that 2028 is a good time for us.
It seems like a long way to go, but yeah, it's right like back though. Like 2028 is right here. Like it seems so far. And also going along with what Ricky was saying is the fact that like going back to Chicago, it's like really, really endless amount of opportunity. And also is that 5 years from now, I can see this podcast being more than just a podcast. I can see it being maybe damn near
A movement.
damn near.
Yeah.
Like being able to, make other businesses that correlate with the podcast. Because I feel like this is the opening door. It's pretty much like it's the first door to many, many doors. So and also with the podcast, it's just because like he said, we get a degree and graduate don't mean we gonna use our voice no more. Like pretty much like that's what has gotten us this far. Being able to communicate, being able to, advocate, being able to, and also like getting a degree, will help funnel a lot of money into the business. Because at the end of the day, like we all know your regular job ain't gonna cut it. At least not in the world that we are going into. We already know that. So being able to, utilize this platform and utilize the amount of networking opportunities that we're gonna get along with this, we might as well take this as far as possible.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. What'd you?
No, you go ahead.
All right. Yeah, definitely. With I really like that you said that this podcast is just an outlet for what you got going on in the future, because it's the same with me. This is just the outlet. This is just the initial message. This is the initial movement for the things that me and you guys got going on in the future. I'm also starting a Discord group called Motivated Minds. It's gonna be